Assalamu alaikum, Bilal Technology Wala here once again with another topic in conversation with ChatGPT, how to make better decisions and avoid regrets. So let me take into the call ChatGPT. Hello ChatGPT, how are you? I am going to have a conversation with you on the topic how to make better decisions and avoid regret. Are you ready for that?
Absolutely. I'm ready and excited. That sounds like a really interesting topic. Whenever you're set, we can dive right in and have a great conversation. Let me know how you'd like to start.
Please explain for audience what is a better decision.
Sure. A better decision is basically one that aligns well with your goals, values, and the information you have at hand. It involves weighing the pros and cons, considering potential outcomes, and making informed choices that minimize risks and regrets. It's all about being mindful, reflective, and proactive in your approach.
So, how do you usually approach important decisions in your life?
I usually approach important decisions by breaking them down into smaller steps. I try to gather as much information as possible, weigh the possible outcomes, and consider the long term impact. I also like to reflect on past experiences and seek advice from trusted people. Ultimately, it's about balancing logic and intuition to arrive at the best possible choice.
So, how do emotions influence the decisions a person make?
Emotions can have a huge impact on decision making. They can sometimes cloud our judgment and lead us to make impulsive choices. But on the flip side, emotions can also guide us toward what truly matters to us. For example, fear might help us avoid risks, while excitement might push us toward new opportunities. The key is to acknowledge our emotions, understand their influence, and then balance them with rational thinking.
Factors do you consider most when weighing options?
I usually consider factors like the potential outcomes and their impacts, both short term and long term. I also look at the alignment with my values and goals, the level of risk involved, and the resources I have available. Input from trusted people and past experiences definitely play a role too. Ultimately, it's about creating a balanced and well rounded perspective. Of course, for example, let's say you're deciding whether to take a new job. You might consider the potential salary and benefits, the opportunities for growth, the company culture, and how it aligns with your long term career goals. You'd also weigh the risks like the stability of the company or the possible relocation. And of course, talking to current employees or mentors can give you valuable insights. All of these factors help you make a more informed and balanced decision.
How do you balance intuition and logic in your decision making?
Balancing intuition and logic often involves first gathering all the facts and analyzing them logically, and then allowing your intuition to guide you where the data might be incomplete or where you need a more holistic perspective. Often you can reflect on your gut feelings after you've done the rational analysis and see if they align. If they do, it can give you confidence in your choice. If they don't, it might be a sign to reevaluate.
So,
It's really about
what role does prior experience play in making better choices?
prior experience plays a huge role because it gives you a reference point. It helps you recognize patterns, avoid past mistakes, and leverage what you've learned before. It can help you intuitively sense what might work or what might not. It also boosts your confidence in decision making because you have that foundation to draw upon. Overall, it helps you make more informed and confident choices. Absolutely.
What strategies help you avoid overthinking or analysis paralysis?
A few strategies can definitely help. Setting clear deadlines is one way, so you don't get stuck in endless analysis. Another approach is to break the decision down into smaller, more manageable parts. Also, setting priorities can help you focus on the most important factors first. And sometimes just taking a break or getting a fresh perspective can really clear your mind and help you move forward.
Quite good. So, how do you evaluate potential consequences before deciding?
I usually start by mapping out all the possible outcomes, both positive and negative. Then I try to assess the likelihood of each consequence and how significant its impact would be. It also helps to consider both short term and long term effects and even potential ripple effects that might not be immediately obvious. And finally, I like to weigh the risks versus the rewards to find a balance that feels right.
So, what role does feedback from other plays in your decision making?
Feedback from others can be incredibly valuable because it offers different perspectives and can help highlight blind spots that you might not notice on your own. It can validate your reasoning or prompt you to reconsider certain aspects. Plus, it can also boost your confidence when others support your choice or help you refine your approach. Ultimately, it makes the decision making process more robust and well rounded.
How do you differentiate between fear and valid caution when making decision?
That's a great question. Usually, valid caution is based on concrete data, past experiences, and logical analysis of risks. It's more about being prepared and making informed choices. On the other hand, fear often comes from uncertainty or emotional reactions that might not be grounded in reality. One way to differentiate them is to ask yourself if the concern is based on actual evidence or if it's more of a emotional reaction. Taking a step back, reflecting, and maybe even seeking feedback can help you distinguish between the two.
So, what habits or tools help you make decisions more confidently? Please advise with example.
Absolutely. One helpful habit is maintaining a decision journal where you write down the options, the reasoning, and the outcomes of past decisions. This helps build confidence over time. Another great tool is decision making frameworks like a pros and cons list, or even more structured approaches like a decision matrix. Also, setting clear priorities and goals can guide you in making confident choices. And of course, seeking feedback from trusted mentors or peers can reinforce your confidence as well.
So, how do you recover and learn when a decision doesn't turn out as planned?
I think the key is to approach it with a mindset of growth and curiosity. First, it's important to reflect on what happened and identify the factors that led to the outcome. Then you can extract lessons from those experiences, like what worked, what didn't, and why. It's also helpful to seek feedback from others to get different perspectives. Finally, giving yourself grace and recognizing that setbacks are just part of the learning process can help you move forward with more resilience and confidence.
How can past mistakes guide you towards better decision in the future?
Past mistakes are really valuable because they serve as powerful learning experiences. By analyzing what went wrong, you can pinpoint the underlying causes and avoid making the same errors again. They also help you build better judgment and refine your decision making process. Over time, you become more adept at anticipating potential pitfalls and making more informed choices. In essence, mistakes help you grow and ultimately guide you toward better decisions in the future.
Please summarize our today's conversation.
Of course, today we talked about how to make better decisions and avoid regret. We covered how a better decision aligns with your goals and values and how balancing logic and intuition is key. We also discussed the importance of learning from past experiences, gathering feedback, and recognizing the difference between valid caution and fear. Plus, we touched on habits and tools that help boost confidence and how to recover and learn from setbacks. Overall, it was a really insightful conversation.
So, please give us the last one or two advices.
Absolutely. One key piece of advice is to trust yourself and your ability to learn and adapt over time. And secondly, always stay open to feedback and new perspectives because that continuous growth mindset will definitely help you make better decisions moving forward.
So, this was all for today's conversation with ChatGPT on the topic how to make better decisions and avoid regrets. I hope the audience would have liked the conversation and they will be having quite good insights and good information for their decision making in the life, which will help them get to the goals they are making in their life. And we will be connecting with these kind of emerging and realistic topics with conversation with ChatGPT. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much once again, ChatGPT.
That sounds wonderful. I'm really glad we had this conversation, and I'm sure the audience will find it insightful and helpful. I look forward to more engaging topics in the future. Until then, take care, and thank you so much for the great chat.